Right. Okay, so this is going to be the fourth episode of Safe Space. I have a really, really, really great person here. Not many people know about him, but if you have seen a viral video of a 20-year-old kid doing a 350 kilo raw deadlift, this is the guy. My man, please introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what do you do?
I'm Bradman Houston from New South Wales. I'm 21 now and do strongman.
Yeah, right. You are under Tyson Morris, right?
Pardon?
You're training under Tyson, right? Tyson
Yeah,
Morris?
that's
Yeah,
my coach.
of
Yeah.
course you have bigger deadlift. Uh, um, yeah, so not many people have heard of you. This is your first year in Strongman, right?
No, it's actually my third year, technically.
Third year. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
So after COVID, I did a comp. I did a New South Wales qualifier in 2021 and 2022, I think,
Right.
at the end of that. And then so I qualified for New South Wales there. But then in prep for that, I got injured and then pretty much had a year off, pure injuries. So I tore my quad. I had to get surgery on my elbow.
The fuck.
Yeah, so that wiped me off for a year.
Yep.
And then last year was my first year back. So I did the comp at Meadstock, New South Wales, and then went to Adelaide for the qualifying comp.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You all went against Big Mac, right? Big Mac and
But
who else was there?
Tyson came second.
Tyson. Yeah, of course, Tyson
That's when
came
I met
second.
Tyson. Yeah.
That's a bit sad for him because he normally wins. Yeah, wow. And then you went to Adelaide for your second qualifier, right?
Yeah. And then
So
G
you
had,
went against Jihad and BJ Stones.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
they were there
fucking,
too.
they were powerhouse. And then obviously that was your last qualifier, and then you obviously qualified for ASM. I think you were the last one
Yeah.
to qualify. Yeah. How are you feeling about ASM?
I'm just excited to get like amongst it really because
Yeah.
prep is going ideal and basically one-handed so far because
Oh, really?
I've torn the ligament in my wrist like on this side.
Yep.
I can't take any load like that. I can't do anything like that.
Shit.
La- Last week was the first week I've dumbbell curled 10 kilos in about
Uh-huh.
8 weeks.
Fuck.
So yeah, so
Oh,
I haven't been training stones. I haven't been able to do like tire flips or anything for the car flip.
yep.
I can't practice the flag raise.
Yep.
What else is there? I can't do the Zercher carry.
Yep.
So I'm just rocking up and just gonna see what
Just gonna send it on the day.
yeah.
Get the painkillers out. Let's go. The typical
Yeah.
strongman stuff.
Yeah.
Um, wow. Oh, that's sad to hear, man. Like, I think most of the guys are in the pretty much same boat. My prep isn't going well either. I got shoulder injury, which is flared up again. And at this stage, either it's like go for the surgery or either keep like getting injections and keep pushing. So it's one or the other, like cortisone or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
So logs like been a really mess. Logs been all over the place. But other than that, I'm all right. Hopefully I'm okay. I still got 4 weeks to destroy myself. Who knows what's gonna happen?
It's the danger
What's
zone.
what's future hold for you? What's after AS? What's the plan?
Nothing really set in stone yet, but
Hmm.
obviously I want to try and qualify again for next year. So I have to pick a qualifying comp for that. I like to jump in a powerlifting comp.
Powerlifting comp. Okay.
Yeah, because I
You,
train with a lot of powerlifters, so
right.
there's a bit of shit talk between us. So I want to jump in and
Of course. Of
see what I
course.
can do.
Yep.
And then the amateur Arnold stuff starting this year as well. I want to try and get involved in that.
Yeah, I think Coal City. I'm planning on Big Bird. I spoke to Big Bird and Mel. I think they're hosting a Coal City one. I don't know when
Yeah,
though. I think I want to come and there, try and come there. It's just because I want to come to New South Wales. I want to do more of a interstate qualifiers.
yeah,
If the weights are heavy enough, I'll try that. But
yeah.
I think for AS, my goal is to come to New South Wales this year because I want to go against Big Mac again. He's
Yeah,
lovely. I fucking love him.
he's the
And
best.
yeah, so I message him. I'm like, hey, I would love to come there. If you're gonna be there, that'll be great because we can push each other. If you're from New South Wales, come and be part of like all three of us going at each other. And so I want to do that, and then hopefully OSG this year. I want to try and qualify, see where I do it.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's pretty much what's set in stone for me at this stage. I have to, not I have to. I want to make it to OSG this year
yeah,
to see how the field is, to get that world experience and go from there.
Are you gonna go to the online qualifier?
I don't know yet. I don't know. ASM, see how ASM pans out. I'm doing LDS, logged
Yeah.
in stone, but that's just to set a record for stone. I don't know
Yeah.
what I will pull because I don't wanna 5 weeks is not if it's like literally 5 weeks after ASM. I
Yeah.
don't think
Okay.
5 week is enough to get in a suit to go like 380, 390 deadlift. I don't think my body will adapt.
Yeah.
So whatever happens, like I gotta check with Mason. Do I have to do all the events to set the stone record, or can I just like because I think Mason likes it to be part of the comp. So I'll have to do
Yeah.
log, I'll have to do deadlift. But then if I'm trying to go for 260, 70 stone, I need to conserve or reserve my energy for every fucking thing I can. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
we'll see, we'll see. It'll be my coach's call. I think my coach wants me to just do stone and back off, but
Yeah.
we'll see because like 5 weeks out, not much prep there and don't want to injure myself.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I think Tyson's there too. Tyson and
Yeah.
Leisha are going at each other.
Yeah.
Um, I think Harley is also going to be there, and I know my coach is there.
I haven't
She's
seen
doing.
any other opens. Men.
I don't know if I am correct. I think Rag mentioned he might like New Zealand's strongest guy. He might be there. I don't
Yeah.
know. It was a very up in the air. They haven't confirmed him. Um, I know Big Mike is coming, but he's a master competitor.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't know who's coming to LDS because it's so close to ASM.
Yeah.
It's a bit hard for like top level guys to put their body on the line for ASM title
Yeah.
and then
For
give
sure.
it all that long dead. Like it's doable, but it's not enough time to prep for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
True.
it's whoever's peaking first because that's it qualifier for OSG as well. Whoever wins it goes to OSG, and it's based
Well,
on super total. I think Coco's doing it. Coco said he wants to do. Yeah, that's right. Coco wants to do 460 deadlift on that day in his
cheap.
suit. Yeah, that's what he's chasing.
Yeah.
Um, he's recently done 420, I think, at New Zealand.
Look pretty comfortable as well.
It it did, but it also wasn't the right suit for him apparently. So he's got time, but uh knowing Coco, he's a great deadlifter. His form is
Yeah.
great. He's a great deadlifter. Is 460 there? I personally don't think it is, but again, it's Coco. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
You never know where you can pull that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't know much like what happens behind the scenes in training, because
Yeah.
not people, everyone posts their numbers anyways. But he's done 420. I think 435, 40 is there for sure with his new suit. 460, who knows?
Yeah.
Who
Be a
fucking knows?
chase. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
See what happens. Like that's the thing. You say it and then you do it. You back up your bullshit. That's the thing. And even if you don't, you give it all you got, and then even then you earn yourself right to be called one of the strongest because not many people are doing that.
Exactly.
So that'll be huge for Coco. I think he's want to set the French/Australian record 460. And then yeah, we'll go from there. See what happens. I don't know who else is coming at this stage. They haven't even released the lineup for ASM yet, so I don't even know who's competing.
Yeah. True. I was
Uh,
looking at the list yesterday, and I don't even know who's actually coming.
I don't know who's actually signed up for it because we only had till January to sign up. I think Dylan Lockhart is not doing it because
Yeah, I was
of
going to
his
say because
peg.
he's overseas at the moment. I just saw on
Oh, is
Instagram or
he?
something. I
Yeah, okay.
think.
Well, he's not doing it because he had a pec surgery earlier this year, and his rehab was gonna be just finishing a month out of ASM.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
think he will call it a day this year,
Yeah.
maybe next year. But yeah, that's all I know. I know Coco's definitely doing it. I know I'm doing it. You are doing it. I know Josh Bourne is doing it. Jonathan Nello is doing it. I think Josh said Jihad is doing it because he was training his archers.
Yeah.
I don't know if Tyson is doing it. I don't know.
Awesome. I'm pretty sure he's not.
Oh, he's not because he's got the world's title coming up, right?
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
focusing
so
on.
he's not. He's
Yeah.
not doing it, I think. And then BJ Stone is definitely doing it. Jordan Osborne is doing it. Thomas Wren is doing it. I know that he wouldn't let go of this title. Um, and
Patako.
Big Mac, obviously, Big Mac and Reese are doing it. Josh Pateka is doing it. So we got a very, very stacked lineup.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 defending champions places, like Thomas Wren, who's been on the podium. Sam is doing it. Sam is making his comeback. Um, and yeah, it's like really, I haven't seen this stacked lineup in last
Yeah.
3 years.
It's
I
gonna be
haven't.
really
It is, and the events the way they are, it can be anyone's game. Like I was looking at middleweights yesterday, and like
surprising.
Ben, Ben obviously he's from Gold Coast, right? He's a master competitor who's competing
Yeah.
under 105s. He zeroed log and then he come back. Like
Yeah. He's going
that's
third.
And
today.
his flag raise was so fucking quick. I messaged him. I was like, when you come back, we're gonna have a session at Coco's. You're gonna teach me this bullshit. Because they made a kind of a
Yeah,
replica of it over there.
yeah,
And so I can just drive there and try it. But like I messaged Megan, right? Megan's done very well. Megan said literally grab an Excel, put a shitload of weight on it, and if you can move the Excel from the bottom, you will win this. And I was like, okay, fair enough.
it's going to be a rock up and see you can figure it out first type of
It's
thing.
yeah, and I spoke to Mason when he was in Toowoomba. He's like, it's advantage. It's like massive advantage for taller people. If you're tall, you
Sweet.
fucking got it. Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, you'll be fine. You are tall and you're stones. I'm like, okay, so if you are tall and you can do stones, you can do this. Okay. And yeah, that's all they're saying. It's like it's not good for short people,
Yeah.
but it's like really advantage for long people. So I don't know how fucking car push and shunt is gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it because when you get to the tires, I've tried to do this like 500 kilo tire. I try and get under and my bicep hits the top and I just can't get under
Yeah. It's just too
properly.
steep.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know why, and so I've been training for a little bit smaller tire that I can flip, but
Yeah.
it's like way too easy. So I don't know what to expect there.
Because I was talking to Tyson about it, and he said, like, looking at the events,
Yeah,
it's going to be who is the biggest, who's the strongest,
nah.
and just walk up and just go.
Yeah, it's literally anyone's game. Like, yes, Max Log is one event that obviously
Yeah.
whoever's. It's I'm thinking Coco or Big Mac because they have got 180, 200 kilo log.
Or BJ as well.
BJ, so sorry, yeah, BJ 195 for double. Yeah, that's the thing. So they will push each other. Um, So I don't know where that's gonna stand. Other than that, dude, it's literally anyone's game.
Yeah.
Coco's told me nobody's gonna be able to finish Stone Series. That's what he said to me, and I was like, I'll finish it.
So, yeah.
I'll fucking finish it. Watch me. I think BJ will be one person who will come.
Yeah.
Give me BJ and what's his name, Ryan. He will give me run for my money in
Yeah.
stones.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anyone do more than 200 stone yet.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Maybe they have done it and they haven't posted it, but I haven't seen it.
Well, a lot of people don't post their weights anymore.
That's the thing. They don't. Like I'm one of them. I don't. I just put reps in, and because I either cut my reps out, or it's just part of the tactics. Like you just play games. That's all it is.
I think
And
Jordan does it a lot. Like, he's flinging everything around. You just have no idea how heavy it is.
Jordan, yeah, Jordan's Jordan. Jordan's Jordan. I love Jordan, but Jordan's Jordan. Jordan's really fast. Jordan
Yeah.
is. He will give everyone run for their money in farmers. I reckon searches.
Yeah.
Probably flagpole as well. Flag race. Other
Yeah.
than that, it's gonna come down to again your strength and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Because I was saying that Jordan's no mistakes. Jordan will probably be like, for
up
the
there,
farms, he'll be the fastest.
he is the fastest.
If
Yeah,
he can hold on.
yeah,
And then the Zilcha carry, if he can hold it, he'll be the fastest again.
correct. He
So,
he's very good at running with heavyweight.
yeah,
Very good.
if no mistakes, I reckon Jordan will be very, very good through the whole comp.
Yeah, yeah. Jordan's just gotta put it can be his year again because again it is anyone's game.
Yeah.
And like BJ Stone has great. I think he said he struggles with farmers. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's his
Uh,
1 week.
that's was one weakness. And but again, it's only one event. You all still got 7 more.
So if he stays up there, if he can hang on to the farm, just say he's also going to be a
He's
pretty
also up there. His podium level. Josh has got a lot of work to do to defend his title this year.
yeah. Well, Josh again doesn't post his weight, so
He doesn't. Josh doesn't.
his training videos, like, everything's really easy though. So
Yeah, yeah. Weights are everyone's saying weights are easy at ASM this year. So
yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it would be a bit light.
they were a bit light. Yeah, they were a bit light. When I saw it, I was like, look, it's doable. If I can do it, that's pretty light. And
Yeah,
but then that's literally I thought I'm like, if I can do it, it's pretty light. But then I was like, oh, maybe it's not about maybe like. But then again, it's like the only one max log. I fucking hate log. Log is my nemesis,
yeah,
and I hate it. It is so freaking hard. Because especially you're tall as well. You know how much we gotta fucking push to lock out.
yeah.
It's
That's what I feel about the monster dumbbell.
yeah,
I know every Saturday night, like last night, I
yeah,
rock up, and when I see monster dumbbell on the program, I know it's just going to be just depression for an hour.
yep, yep.
I'm
It's
to be in pain and just failing for an hour straight, and then just stop.
happened to me last week, man. I do yoke and monster dumbbell on the same day but separately. I don't do it in the medley because
Yeah,
I've never done monster dumbbell before this prep. So
yeah,
it's very new implement to me. I'm still learning. And yes, easier weight you can fuck around whatever you want to do,
Yeah,
right? Once it starts getting heavy, you have to time it well. You have to get under it well, right? And my coach is trying to peak me for a like 110 kilo-ish dumbbell, so 90 flies, right?
yeah,
But fuck me, once I get to that weight, and like I'm doing reps at the moment at 80 or something, right? I haven't even
yeah,
peaked. Still got 4 weeks. I will get one first set. By the time I've done yoke press, I'm just tired. I'm like, fuck this shit. My shoulders are hurting. And now you got to start warming up for fucking monster dumbbell. Because if I don't warm up at the start, my technique is all out of the way. I
yeah,
cannot, my body cannot just pick it up and press it. I have to learn the certain way to do it. And it has to start from 30 kilos all over again. And then you fucking put it on and you're just like, okay, cool. Reps, reps, reps. And by the time you're like 80 kilo-ish, you're like, okay, I'm tired. And now you're gonna fucking sniff the salt and go. Cool, I can go for one rep, right? What is this bullshit about 3x3s? What the fuck is this? So first move, second move, the third one is out there somewhere and it's just going down. I'm like, yeah, nah, it's not happening.
yeah. I hate that thing.
Yeah, it's fucking yeah. It's whoever enjoys Monster Dumbo, there's something fucking wrong with you. Jonathan, I'm talking to you. But yeah, anyways, so that's the strongman part of it. So what's your lineup? What do you think? Where do you wanna place in this year? What is your expectation for ASM?
I just don't want to break my wrist. If I can come out with my hands still functioning, I'm happy.
You're happy. Okay, cool. Hopefully we don't pull a Sam in ASM. We
Yeah.
don't break anything. So I
No,
hope they have paramedics.
realistically, if I can, I don't know, like as close to the top 10 as I can, really.
How
So
many
I
how many people do you reckon are competing?
I think 18 are qualified, but
18. Holy
yeah,
shit.
because it was two from each state and then the three through points.
Oh,
And
that's
then
right. Miles is there too. Miles is competing as well. Yep, yep, yep.
but then it depends how many people rock up. And then, yeah, I don't think I'll crack top 10, but if I can get there, I'll be happy. And
Yeah,
then if I can not zero anything
yeah,
with my wrist, like I'll be happy.
yeah, yeah. Oh, good luck with yoke. Yoke
Yeah.
press is gonna be the one that's gonna take attacks
I'm
on
not
your wrist.
even training it.
Are you
I
not?
can't I can't even like pick it up. Like the 80 kilos like empty. I
Yeah.
can't pick it up.
Have you
So
tried anchor yoke yet? It's completely different.
no, I haven't.
Yeah, so I bought one for my gym, or not my gym, Nicole's gym. What we did was because everyone who went to OSG was like, it is fucking different.
Yeah.
And trust me, it is fucking different. It is, I found it easier to get in,
Yeah.
but to stabilize it, it's a different story up top. But because I'm good at Excel, not at log, it moves well because I just clean it and press it like I just
Yeah.
get under and press it like an Excel press.
That's good
Um,
then.
so that's and I got mobility to do like side and just pop it up.
Yeah.
But the normal yoke, I was struggling. I was struggling with 110 kilos. I was like,
Um,
because I'll press it and it wanted to go forward a little bit, right? Cool.
yeah.
And then you drop it and you can't get under it. You have to fucking muscle down under. It's just stupid. So if you're
Yeah.
struggling with normal yoke, you'll be fine with anchor yoke. Trust me. It is easy. You're tall as me. So,
Yeah.
or if not taller. So you'll just do very well.
Yeah.
Like
I'll
yoke.
give it a crack,
Yeah.
but I'll be
You'll be fine.
surprised. Yeah.
Nah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Okay, let's talk about this. Anyone who does strongman, right, or powerlifting or something, how did like obviously we will find out how you got into it. But I have a theory, right? Anyone who does any guy who does strongman or any female who does strong woman, there's something fucking wrong with them. They have gone through some trauma, they've gone through abuse, heartbreak, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? What was your reason to get into lifting?
Well, I was playing basketball
Uh-huh.
up until COVID started,
Uh-huh.
and then I have a little weight set in my garage, and then my sister's mate did powerlifting at the
Hmm.
time, so
Hmm.
I just messaged him, and then he like gave me a little program, and I started it,
Hmm.
and then I liked it more than basketball, so I never went back.
Right.
And then I don't really have like much trauma or anything because I guess
Right.
like I've only been out of school for like 3 4 years now, so like, I haven't really had much life experience.
Yep.
I guess it's just the way I think of it is if someone came up to you
Hmm.
and said, if you put in like 10 hours a week of it's like hard work,
Hmm.
and then in 5 years you could fulfill your dream of being a professional athlete,
Hmm.
you could travel the world doing something you enjoy, and you could help people achieve their goals through coaching and like influence them like that.
Hmm.
like why wouldn't you say yes?
Mm.
So that's the way I think like training is just another step towards what I want to get to in like another 5 years.
Mhm.
So I just don't want to be lazy and then just be average when I'm older.
What's the 5-year goal?
I want to get to worlds,
Mhm.
just probably once or twice, like not like a full career.
Mhm.
I want to get to that point where I can become a figure in like the fitness industry, which we all know is ridiculously toxic, and then
Mhm.
it's horrible advice everywhere.
Yep.
And then I can use that like that figure of being, oh, he's the Aussie went to worlds to
Mhm.
then give back and help people.
When you talk about the toxicity and like bad advice, toxic advice everywhere, have you encountered some of it yourself?
Not really, because I've been lucky to have like good coaches from like the day I started.
Mhm.
So like, as soon as that guy, my sister's mate, who knew what he was talking about, so
Mhm.
he gave me exactly what to do. And then I went to his coach when gyms started opening and everything.
Mhm.
And then I had Mitchell Hooper
Mhm.
looking after me, and then I've gone to Tyson. So I've always had that guy who like knows it's like no bullshit approach, like he knows
Mhm.
what they're doing.
Yep.
But I've seen through my mates, especially,
Mhm.
like especially when we all started, like a lot of people would fall for like the things on Instagram. Like you scroll through, and it's just horrible advice,
Mhm.
like every video.
Mhm.
So like they've wasted time, and then I've been able to help them after I like learnt the way and things like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's not directly, but I have like seen people go through that stage of listening to the Instagram influencers and then
Yep.
going down.
Yeah, it's it's pretty funny when you look at Instagram and like these fitness influencer, they do stuff, they say stuff. They don't actually post the reality, do they? They don't
Yeah,
post the real stuff, what they actually done or what they have to go through.
yeah,
Like body change doesn't happen in 6 weeks unless it's like freaking extreme change, right? And most
yeah,
of the people struggle making like, and this is what I've learned, and correct me if I'm wrong. And changing your body is mostly about discipline.
yeah,
And
100%.
discipline happens by doing same stuff over and over again over a long period of time.
Yeah,
So people who fucking come up with this 6-week program, 8-week program to change your body, yes, it works because you literally stop enjoying your life and you go down to the path of starving yourself. Yes, you
yeah,
see changes, but what happens after that 8 week? Either you put it all back because you go back to your normal life, or you
yeah,
have the rest of the miserable life and you have it like every time you look in your mirror, you stand on a scale, you're questioning your body image.
yeah,
And that's how they get you. That's how, if they don't do that, how they're gonna sell their product.
yeah. But the unfortunate thing is you can't really blame the people who fall for it. Because if you've never been to the gym before, you
Yeah,
go on Instagram, you see this jacked guy.
yeah,
It's like, I want to look like him,
yeah,
and he's telling you do this, this, this. Why
yeah.
wouldn't you do it?
True,
If
true.
I was learning something, if I was learning how to build a car
Hmm.
and went on Instagram and
Hmm.
searched for it, and some guy had this massive, like, beautiful car,
Yeah,
why wouldn't I listen to him?
you would, but as an influencer, it's also your job, or it's a
Yeah,
little bit your ethical duty or moral duty to,
yeah,
yes, you can sell your product in marketing is obviously a skill. You can do mold some facts and stuff. Yeah, cool, you can do that. But as I think as an influencer or as a someone who's trying to make a change, or you have these million of people following you, you have an ethical moral duty towards these your
yeah,
followers to not lie. Like recently, and I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this because she's my friend. Did you hear the scandal about Hattie?
yeah,
So Hattie is WBFF pro. She is one world champion 3 or 4 times. She is excellent figure, beautiful. She looks like every single girl I would want to look like. If I was a girl, I would want to look like her.
yeah,
And she's always claimed natty,
yeah,
always. She wasn't. She got recently her house got done. She got like obviously pros can tell and it's WBF pro, it's non-tested fed, but she's always claimed natty. So she will pull out these programs, and it does make she's very knowledgeable. It does make a change in their lives. Her
yeah,
programs are more better. They are, but she claimed natty. And when she got done for the scandal of like having steroids in her house to the amount of supply that she was a supplier, what do you think happened? You can post your figure, but at least don't lie about it. How you got it.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
That's the thing. Like, a lot of people these days just sell their morals and ethics for money.
yeah, yeah.
Like, if you can make thousands of millions
Oh
off
yeah.
selling something that you know is not right, some people take it.
Most people do it. Like it's all about money these days, and that's where I think. Like I've seen people ethically wrong making millions of dollars, but I have also seen people who do right thing by everyone and don't even get a single view because
Yeah,
they're not interesting. They are telling the truth and people are not interested in hearing it. People want a shortcut. It's always about the shortcut. Who can get you somewhere faster, isn't it?
yeah.
And
Especially with
it's
my generation.
yeah, like it's horrid. It's horrid. And get six pack in 8 weeks. Why it has to be 8 weeks? It's fucking earned. Like it's you
Yeah,
gotta earn it. It's fucking hard work. You can't go
yeah,
from looking like me, like for I used to be 175 kilo obese and
yeah,
no gym, no nothing. You can't go from there to looking like a six pack in 8 weeks. I don't care what you do. Like you can't.
yeah,
And I was one of the guys who will believe people that I can look like him in 8 weeks. I was one of them. I was
yeah,
because I wanted shortcuts.
yeah. Well,
And
most people do.
yeah, because they make it sound like it has to be it's so easy to get it. Why does it have to be easy?
Yeah.
And this is
That's
where
yeah.
everyone struggles, doesn't it?
Well, there's a saying, I forgot it, but it's if everything was easy, like no, it wouldn't have value. So
Yeah,
things like everyone wants to be rich. It's
yeah,
not hard, it's not easy to be rich.
no,
Everyone wants to be strong. It's not easy to be strong.
yeah,
Like that's the whole point. Like people want a six pack because it has value, and it has value because it's hard.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's all over the place now.
It's all over the place, and it sucks. It does suck, but that's the world we live in at this stage.
Yeah,
Well, let me talk about you are very young. You are very young, and luckily enough, you didn't have a bad upbringing. I'm assuming you had a
no,
yeah, cool. So you're one of the blessed people. I have a question for you. How is it been for you living as a man, like growing up as a man? How is there any challenges you have seen recently? Some things you don't agree with recently with where you live in Australia. Like, how does it feel?
it was good, I guess. Like
Hmm.
I enjoy like as long as like people don't want to talk about like the pressures of a man to be like when you're older to be like successful, be a leader, be a protector.
Hmm.
I know some people like shy away from it because they don't like that pressure, but I like it. I enjoy it. It's like I like working hard and the discipline to get to the point to get to the man that I want to be eventually.
Hmm.
Like I'm not there today. Like I'm happy to admit it,
Hmm.
but I know like I'm doing everything I can at the moment to get to that person I want to be.
What's the person you want to be look like?
Or successful, like financially secure.
Hmm.
I want to be like physically fit,
Hmm.
be like protector of my family and the
Hmm.
kids and everything. Be able to run around with my kids and work out with them, train with them eventually,
Hmm.
and then yeah, just be able to provide and protect everyone that I care about.
Yeah, right. You have a did you have a big family growing up?
I have one sister and then two parents together still.
Two parents together. They're still together.
Yeah,
That's rare.
and
That's
then
rare. Uh-huh.
extended family is pretty small. I
Hmm.
only have a few cousins and then yeah, aunties, uncles, not many.
Is your family from they were from here, right? They were born and bred here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, cool. Right. Okay, so let's talk about this, right? So obviously you had a great upbringing, you're doing very well. Where does these morals come from? Because you have very strong morals about being want to be the protector or being a man successful, so who can look after their family, la da da da, right? That is very old school morals.
Yeah.
Do you have? Let's talk about your dad for a second. Was he a very pleasant father?
Yeah, he's a great dad.
He's a
And
great
still
dad.
yeah.
Is this where your morals come from? Do you look up to him?
Yeah, I look up to my dad. Like, my parents are my biggest role models.
Yeah,
Like,
right. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
So and then I guess the way I think about it is, like, every generation you wanna be better than, like, the one before.
correct.
So
Correct.
I assume my dad wants me to be better than him,
Yeah,
and then I would want my son to be better than me.
yeah,
Where my dad set the bar pretty high,
yeah,
so I guess I've gotta work to try and pretty much beat him,
yeah,
technically.
yeah.
So then he can whenever I get to that point, he can sit back and can retire and be like, my job's done. Like I did good for the world."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where it comes from, I guess.
Yeah, right. That is very hard to find these days. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That is very freaking hard to find these days. I'm very, very glad that you have that and your morals are so strong. Um, you don't find that these days. You don't because people are that's and unfortunately for your generation, well, pretty much. How old are you?
21.
You're 21, so I'm only like 6 years older than you. For your generation, pretty much for my generation as well, it's always been about, oh, 50-50, right? Nobody wants to be a provider. No guy wants to be a provider anymore. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to be like this. Always been like this, like toxicity out there. It has to be 50-50. It, do you agree with that?
But between a husband and wife,
Husband and wife.
I I think the husband should be in position to give the wife the choice. So
True.
if the wife wants to work and like go for it, but
Yeah.
if she wants to be a housewife and just look after the kids and focus on family, like she can also do that.
That is that is very well said. That is actually right. And I believe that. I believe that it should be a choice for a female or
Yeah.
the wife or the partner to be
I
able
guess
to have that, you know.
and some people probably say that's wrong, but
Oh, that's fine. That's their opinion. Everyone has right to their opinion. But at the end of the day, I read this book somewhere. Like you had a very present father and you had a very present mother, right? And your family's together. And you can see it the way you talk, the way your morals are, the way you speak, your ambition and everything, right? If I was to I've spoken to some of the people who didn't have present fathers, whose family and dads were abusive,
yeah,
who's like, and they do have these morals, but they had to go through very hardship to
yeah,
become the person they are. And and that's what's missing in this generation. Like if you see, suicide rates are massive, especially for
yeah,
men. Um, People between the age of 28 to 45 commits more suicide. Nobody wants to. The mental health crisis is like massive in this whole world. The old school generation living is literally doesn't exist anymore. People are getting divorced, marriages don't last.
yeah,
51% of females between the age of 25 to 35 are childless. Not that because they don't want it, because men don't want to commit anymore. And why would they? Think about it. Why would they? Like today, if you even if you back in the day, you used to see this, like, a beautiful girl you want to go and ask out. Guys are
yeah,
scared of asking her out to come across as a creep.
yeah,
Like they're scared. They're scared. Like back in the day, yes, back in the day, the girls used to throw their handkerchief. That used to be a signal. Man, we used to have this all, right? It used to be there. But nowadays, like because social media, because you can see anything and everything. Like being a young kid, you can, if you wanted to find a naked female, you can just go to your Instagram. Half of them are naked already. Like there's accessibility, there's OnlyFans, all this kind of stuff. It's just taken that very cultural moral away from the whole world.
yeah,
And it just doesn't help because like men aren't strong anymore. Men aren't masculine anymore. They don't want
yeah,
to be, and it's considered weakness. Like if you are a very masculine man, like especially the way you are, the bigger you are, the tall you are, looked upon. If you walk in a public place, everyone's gonna start staring at you because
yeah,
the way you look, the way you carry yourself, and it's hard. And then God knows if you end up in a wrong situation in a fight or something, you're gonna be the first one to be blamed just because the
yeah,
way you look. And it just sucks. It just sucks these days. But I'm glad you had a very present father and a mother, and you can see, and this is what happens when you have a very present family. Like even if your mom and dad are working, that's fine. It's nothing wrong with working. But as long as you spend some time with your family and actually embed your morals into them, like your dad did,
yeah,
there's a very, very, very successful chance that your son or daughter or whoever you're raising is going to be very fucking successful in this world. It's not
yeah,
hard to be successful. Not
yeah,
anymore. It is very easy. You just have to have the drive. And that comes from your parents because they teach you, they obviously raise you, and they give their morals to you. And I can tell you have very strong morals. And I'm glad I met you. Like obviously we don't know before, and I'm glad I'm doing this because this is completely different to what I do. Normally when I speak to people and they have their traumas and stuff, right?
yeah,
And yes, cool, everyone goes through stuff. You're young, but I'm glad you didn't have to go through anything. And you are already at a place where we are like, okay, we gotta go and do this to change the world. But you're already there. And that is, as much as it's your achievement and obviously the people around you, Tyson, Mitchell Hooper, whoever, like, coached you, it's mostly your parents' achievement as well.
yeah,
And
100%.
100%, if they didn't do their job well, or if they didn't do what they have to do, you wouldn't be sitting here talking like an absolute freaking man. Like I've spoken to 21-year-old man kids, they are fucking horrid. They are horrid. Half of them have colored hair, colored
Yeah.
nails. It's it's horrid. But I'm glad you had that around you. And that's what it is. Like nature versus nurture. And if you nurture your kids or anyone enough on the right path, they will always end up being a person who can make a difference. And look, I don't know what future holds for you. I hope it holds great things. But
Thank you.
knowing that you have injured yourself, right? You have completely butchered your like shoulder, sorry, quad. You still
Yeah.
didn't give up. You come back. That's commitment. That is commitment. Considering you have this 5-year goals where you want to make a difference, and your goal is to influence people on the right path, not on the wrong path. You have your YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do your workouts and stuff. I've been watching that. What's your YouTube channel actually?
It's just my name, Bradman Houston.
I need the link because I'll pop it in the chat here and I'll put it in the reel as well, so people can go and watch it and put a link. You need to send me the link. Um, go and see what this guy does. Like he's not given up after his quad injury. He's only 21. I think you are the youngest guy to make ASM, if I'm not wrong.
I am this comp, but I don't know
I'll
historically.
I'll find out from Mason. I'll message him. I'll message him. I think you are the youngest. Well, I'm gonna say it anyways. You are in this field as well. You are 21 and you have already made it to the biggest comp of Australia. And
Yeah.
that wasn't handed to you. You had to go around, fight your way into it. And trust me, there are some fucking people who could have done what you did. The drive is there. They just didn't go and do it. And
Yeah.
they wanted to do it. Like, they wanted to be at ASM. But talking about wanting to be at ASM or a show and actually going and doing it, two completely different things.
Yeah.
And that's where I believe people need to put their money where their mouth is, because I can talk all about going to Worlds. If I don't fucking go and try and fail again and again and again and actually make it, then I'm just fucking talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you have made it. You are in the big leagues. You have earned the right to be there. It's gonna be very, very good experience, I reckon. It's my first time too. I've never done this
Yeah.
before. So I
Yeah.
think there are Josh, myself, you, Miles. I don't know who else is their first ASM. I think
It's BJ's first, I'm pretty sure.
who's?
BJ.
Yeah, BJ's actually, yeah, BJ's never been to ASM, but he's obviously done the pro show recently. So five
Yeah.
of us are their first time competing.
And it's a
Out of
great sport as well. In
it's
the that setup is it's insane.
I
If you don't,
asked Mason, I was like, one of my friends has is there, and I wanted to do something different. I'm like, it's a show, right? It's a show. You gotta put on a show. Yes, you can put on a show with your strength, everything, cool. I asked Mason, I was like, Mason, I want to bring a Lamborghini into the stadium. When you say my name, I want to come in a Lamborghini, music playing, blah, blah, blah. I want to do that. Mason's like, great idea, let's do it, but your car is not gonna get in there. He's like, at least not in one piece. Apparently, it's
no.
a very small, uh, like I don't know how to explain it. He said it's a very small setup. It's just an auditorium,
Yeah, it's
and
just a system home and everyone just all eyes on you in the middle. It's
all
really
right,
cool. Yeah.
look, it will be cool to bring the car from the backstage in there, but apparently
And then,
because you can't, you
yeah, I don't
can't
know how you get it in there.
unless you want to forklift someone's Lamborghini in there while I'm in there. But then because Mason wanted to do truck pull, and he's like, we couldn't even get truck in there, let alone a
Yeah,
Lamborghini.
yeah, it's very small, but it's like last time at this like in the morning, it was
Yeah,
like just people who knew who was competing.
yeah,
But by like the afternoon, everyone was full, everyone was drunk like, in the stadium, just screaming at us. It was insane.
yeah.
It's
That's why he changed it to Sydney. Like obviously at Bendigo right now there are like 300-400 people crowd apparently. Yesterday there was, and it's a good atmosphere because Melbourne is very dominating in strongman. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
But to come to Sydney and experience that for the biggest show of the country, that'll be huge.
yeah, it'll be very good. It's
Yeah,
gonna be all day.
I hope so. I hope it's packed both days. I don't know what they're doing with Circus Freaks. I think it's just Rongo and Sean going for the log record. I think that's what was
Yeah,
mentioned, but I'm not too sure because if you see the title says Australia's Strongest Man and Woman and Freak Shows.
yeah.
Freak Show is where I think it's Rongo, um, Sean Gillen. I think someone else will come as well. I don't know who's coming, but they might come and try and break the log record.
Is that on the Sunday or is that?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
it's on Sunday, so we can watch that rather than just being there. Yeah. So I'm excited. When are you getting there?
I'm
Oh, you
like
literally live there. You
I'm 30 minutes from
fucking
it.
hell. Okay, I'm trying to book my accommodation this week, hopefully, and
Yeah.
then I'm trying to stay near Olympic Park so I can just walk there. I
Yeah.
think
No,
that's what
it's
the
just,
plan is. Yeah,
yeah.
there are heaps of places, and it's just after school holidays as well, so it's like really cheap.
That's good then.
Yeah, so I'm planning on that, and then after that, it's just like I think I'm gonna get there probably on 16th, so I can have 2 days off, just fucking around in the city, see what like
Yeah.
just going around, seeing what's all about, do some content and videos, and then I might actually reach out to a couple of guys and get them together a day or 2 days before, and just like sit down and just talk shit. That's what I want to
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
It'll be good. Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully I'll message you. Obviously, you can drive there, but if you're
Yeah.
free, I'll message you what day we are doing that, and I'll get you there.
Yeah, sweet. Sounds good.
Yeah, yeah, sweet. Thanks, bro. Thank you so much for your time. Um, it's good to see where you are at and where you're going, obviously. Um, any message for anyone who's watching, what you're trying to do? Like, obviously, we know you're trying to change the world with influence, like everyone in the generation. Any message? There are two things I ask every time before I finish a podcast. Um, it might not relate to you, but you might have experience in it. If someone was about to jump off a bridge right now, thinking his life is over, life doesn't have a meaning, right? What is their advice to you? That's my first question.
Well, you're never alone. There's always, as long as like as dark as it might seem, there's always people that do care for you,
Hmm.
and there's help that you can get. Thankfully,
Hmm.
like even though there's a lot of bad people in the world, there's still more good that will always be there for you to help. And it's never the end of the road, no matter what happens to you. There's always another way out.
Right. And second question I have for you is, what if you were watching this, let's say 5 years from now,
Yeah.
right? You were going to go back, look back. What is a message? People always say, what advice do you give to your 5-year-old self? I have a question. What message do you want to tell your 5-year person who is 5 years ahead of you, if he's watching this today?
It's tough. I don't know. I guess
Or if you
I,
want to ask him something or like, anything.
I
Because
just like,
who knows what condition you might be in 5 years.
yeah, that's the other side of doing the strength sports. I might snap my
Correct.
leg tomorrow and then it's over. But
Absolutely.
as 5 years from now, I guess I could say like, well, like the late nights and all the things I miss out on, like going out, like the parties and stuff now, is all worth it now. And I finally became the man that I want to be, I guess.
If you didn't, if say, let's just see this, right? If worst case scenario, tomorrow something was supposed to happen and strongman was in the way to achieve your goal, would you be okay?
It depends.
On what?
Depends what's in the way, I guess. Like,
Say there's an injury, you can't do strongman anymore.
oh no, like that would not be the end.
That would not be the end.
No,
Okay,
I just have to find a different path, I guess, and
I like that.
the way to get to the end goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. There is no quit, is it? There is no
No,
quit.
no, never.
Okay, this is my message to your 5-year old ahead of you. I don't know if you have made it or not, but I know if you keep going, there is no stopping. It might not be, you might not be the place where you want to be, because life happens. And if it has happened to you, like, it's okay. But I think if you just keep pushing the way you are, if you just don't quit the way you don't, if you keep going for the another option, you will make a change.
I appreciate that.
That's my advice. That's my answer to 5 year ahead of you. If you're watching, if something's gone wrong, you come back, watch this video. That is my advice to you. You will make it. Just don't quit. That's it. People fail 10 times before 11th time, because you only have to be successful once.
Yeah,
There's only once you have to be successful, but you have to fail 100 of times to get there.
yeah,
And maybe that's what you need to hear. Maybe that's in 5 years what you need to hear, because it is a fucking tough road,
yeah,
especially what you're trying to achieve. It is gonna be a lot more lonely nights, a lot more giving up on drinking, a lot more sacrifice of relationship, a lot more sacrifice of family time, all that kind of stuff. There's gonna be a lot of sacrifice you have to make, and you're willing to make it. You're already making it. Being 21, I would rather go out and party. Like I was that person who would rather go out and party than train at the gym. I was that person, and it's temporary fun. I don't remember any of the parties I've had. Yeah. So what you're doing is obviously working towards a very, very, very big goal. And if any 21-year-old is watching this and he thinks Brandon is a fucking idiot, not enjoying his life, there's gonna be a time where you turn 31 and you're gonna start maybe looking at his videos and realize that he's done it all, and he's gonna be sitting on the other end and enjoying his fucking family life, and you're gonna be alone, you're gonna be a loser, and I wish it doesn't happen to you. So if your life consists of partying and drugs and everything, cool, enjoy it, but at least do something to make a difference for yourself. Don't go to a dead end, like deadbeat job where you work for someone on 8 hours and then you come out on the weekends and try and freaking party so you can go and do it all over again. Don't survive your life. Go and do something that gives you a purpose, like he's doing. Yes, he enjoys the sport. That's great, but he's also trying to make a difference, and that's his why. So if you're watching this and you're 21, you have no meaning to your life, reach out. Reach out to him. I'll put his Instagram in there. I'll put his YouTube channel in there. Reach out. You might not be able to relate to me because obviously the age difference, the stuff we talk about is more mature, but he might be able to get to you and talk to you in a way and get you to feel what you want to feel to make a difference. And he might be able to help you. He might be able to save you. He's not a savior. Nobody is. But the stuff he might say, the stuff he might guide you with might be completely different to what I'm going to say. And you might find him being more helpful than I am. So if you're struggling, if you want to make a difference, if you are very ambitious as well, being a young kid, message Brendan. And obviously, I'll put his Instagram and everything in there. But I really wish I had your ambition and your drive when I was 21. I would
Thank
have
you.
made it to world by now. Never late than never. Again, learn from your mistakes. But
Yeah.
I really wish. And if I have, I'll say this: if I have a son, I wish I'm able to give him same morals and do enough like your dad did, so he turns out like you. I really do.
Thank you. That's
That's yeah.
very that's very meaningful to say.
No,
And
I'm not saying it for the podcast because I fucking am scared if my son turns out the way I don't want him to
it's
be. It is
yeah.
fucking scary. And I wish if I have a son, if he turns out to be like you and I can like give him morals like you, I've done my job. I'll retire. I'll retire. But yeah,
And it
Brendan,
sounds like you will, because you have a very good outlet on life and a very good mindset. So
I do now, not 5 years ago.
as long as you get there in the end, that's what
Yeah, that's the thing. And again, like Brendan said, you can always fuck up. You can always be in a dark place or a different place where you're not going anywhere, but it's never too late to change. It's never too late to start over. You can be 30 right now, you can start over. But as long as you have drive, the passion and an outlet that you wanna change. You gotta want it. I recently saw this reel, the three W's. I'm pretty sure you would have seen it. You gotta want it, you gotta work for it, and you gotta win it. Everyone wants it, nobody works for it. That's why they don't win. You have to master the three W's, and that's what it is all about. Want it, work it, win it. That's it. You'll make it. It's easy.
yeah,
That's
100%.
it. That's the easiest part. Doing those things is the hardest part.
But if you enjoy the work,
You
if you
can.
enjoy the journey, you won't enjoy the end.
Yeah, you can. Temporary fun is not a replacement for a permanent life.
Yeah, it's true.
That's all. That's all. But anyways, it's been an hour. We'll cut it there. Thank you, Brendan, so much. And obviously, I'll obviously put your link and stuff. You have to send me a YouTube link. I'll put that in there. Obviously,